Frank takes over the Loan Officer Leadership Podcast. I'm your host, Steve Kiles, and we're powered by the Mortgage Marketing Animals. And Frank is taking over. Frank Garay, what's up, baby?
Hey, man, what's going on, Steve? It's always good to be here with you, my brother.
Oh
Always, man.
man, yeah.
You're so inspirational, my friend.
Likewise, brother. I just love it. We start the day together. We move through the day together. We start the week together. We end the week together. And today you told me, Steve, I'm taking over your podcast and I have no idea what we're talking about. So what are we doing?
We're going to talk about the power of the voicemail.
Ooh, man, that's interesting.
The power of the voicemail.
All right, let's talk about it. What are you thinking?
Well, we talk about engaging very consistently with real estate partners, leads, whatever the case may be, right? And specifically, let's talk real estate partners. We've got a method of engaging with qualified agents where we reach out to them once a week to at least have a meeting. And then after we've had a meeting, we reach out once a week again.
Yep.
For 12 weeks, both times, to try and establish that relationship and get a transaction going with these prospective realtors. And I just want to talk about the power of the voicemail, because when you're making calls on a consistent basis to someone, anyone, right? Many times that might just get pushed to voicemail.
Mm-hmm.
And if that happens 2, 3, 4 weeks in a row, it's pretty easy for you as the person leaving those voicemails to get in your own head and think, man, these people just don't want to hear from me.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really like me. They're not interested in what I got to say. You know what I mean? These kind of things, they get in our head. But what I wanted to bring up, Steve, is that we've learned time and time again through the coaching program, Mortgage Marketing Animals, of course, on Loan Officer Breakfast Club, that gee whiz, man, after like 8 voicemails, 9 voicemails, 10 voicemails, then suddenly it's like, hey, man, been getting your messages. I got something for you.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? There's power in the voicemail. We can't look at the voicemail as we failed or it didn't work no, we need to understand we're depositing marketing equity into a little digital bank known as their voicemail. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, what are your thoughts on that?
I literally, I'm sitting here frantically writing because you and I didn't talk about this before we jumped on.
Right.
Here's what I think. I think a couple of things. When we're getting started, we think way too much about ourselves. And what really transformed my business probably 5 or 6 years ago, maybe six years now, was when I learned that prospecting, it really can be fun. Like if you gamify it in your mind where it's like, hey, Frank, you know why I like making calls? And this is what I think about as I'm making the calls. First off, most of you don't ever have to make another cold call because you've been in the business long enough to have relationships. Second, if you are making cold calls and you think about this, I love prospecting. And this is something I really began to we talked about it today. I would say it over and over. I even typed it up and had it on my screen. I love prospecting because it helps me meet people with similar vision, values, and beliefs.
Good.
And when you think about prospecting in that regard, here's a couple of things I wrote down. When you're sincere and authentic, look, I love people. You love people. And when I'm calling, whether I know you or not, man, I'm going to leave a sincere and authentic voicemail. But number 2, I'm also going to be strategic. So it's like, hey, Frank, Steve Kiles, what's up, my man? Hey, I missed you this week, thinking about you. And I was wondering if you worked or played and what you've got coming up. And if there's anything or anyone who's looking to make a move that I could help you get pre-approved to make sure it's a great use of your time, keep me in mind. I'm your man. I'm here ready when you are. And I'll talk to you soon. See ya. And that's how I leave voicemails. And so it's sincere, it's authentic, it's strategic. I think about it as fun. Listen to this, Frank. I got somebody that I don't know, and I've made hundreds and thousands of these calls. Frank, I don't know you. You're a whale. I'm literally by the 7th time. Hey, Frank, it's the 7th week I've called you. I noticed you closed a ton of business, which means you're in the top 4% of 1.6 million agents. Frank, I need you to know I'm not going to stop calling until we talk. You know why? I'm trying to show you you can count on me to follow up on you and your leads, just like you've always wanted that to happen. Hey, it's Steve. Give me a shout, 832, insert in phone number. I'm going to have fun. Hey, and then it's like, I'm not going to stop because I want you to know that you can count on me. And then be like, hey, Frank, week 8, knock, 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 where you at,
Right,
bro?
right. Here I am
I'm
again.
thinking about
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
And when and look, you're going to get a handful. What Frank, we always talk about this. 25% are going to tell you go pound sand. The
right.
other 50% are just trying to see if you'll actually do what you say you're going to do, and
Hmm.
25% will pick up the phone the first time and say, "I love you already. Let's start
Yeah,
working together."
right.
And so
Yeah.
when you realize the percentages, you make it authentic, you make it fun, you change your paradigm that prospecting, it's really about meeting other people with similar visions, values, and beliefs. And if you fall in that bucket, guess what? I know my value. My value is I help my agent partners close even more, remove the chaos, have a process to prospecting, and really have a lot of fun doing it together. And if that's something you're interested in, let's go. Giddy up. And
Yeah.
that's how you're having conversations. And if your personality is different, it doesn't matter. Just be you. But I love the fun of it. And when I started realizing they're not rejecting me, if I make it fun, I'll do it. And the consistency is key, brother. It's lights out. And voicemails can be so powerful and just have fun. That's my 12th week in a row. You don't know this, but at 12 weeks, I stopped calling because that means you're not interested, or I got to go work with somebody else. So, hey, if you're interested, call me. This is your last week. You
I
know,
like the way
just
you, I
have
like,
fun, man.
yeah, I like the way you say to have fun with it. It is true because something that I kind of realized is that, you know what, if I'm leaving consistent voicemails for somebody and they're not reaching back out to me to tell me to stop, right? If they're not calling me saying and say, stop leaving me voicemails, right? Or if they're not texting me saying, please stop now. If they
Yeah,
don't do that, because
yeah,
they can do that.
yeah.
Anybody can do that. If they really didn't want you to be there, they would tell you, stop,
Mhm.
right? So what they are saying is by not telling you to stop is they're giving you permission
To keep calling.
to keep
That's it.
showing up,
That's it.
right? And to keep depositing a message. And so that obviously goes well with, trying to get appointments with a real estate agent or trying to get some business out of a real estate agent. But even with lead follow up,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
because I
yeah.
like to follow up on leads for 12 days, right? I'm a
Mhm.
12-day guy. Some people are 5-day guys, 7-day guys, whatever, right? I'm a 12-day guy, right? And I thought about this in lead follow up, Steve, where it's like, man, I'm on like day 5. I've left 5 voicemails, and this person has not responded. But then I got to thinking, but they haven't told me to stop.
That's right.
And so then what I wind up doing is leaving like really like involved voicemails. It's like it's an opportunity to advertise for yourself, all the things you can do. They're giving me permission to just literally live in their phone,
I love it.
right? Audibly. They're giving me permission.
I
Hang
love it.
out. Say whatever you want to say. Do your thing, man. I'm not telling you to stop. So I'm like, hey, it's Frank. Yes, again. I had a pretty good day today. Hope you did. Just checking with you, see how things are going. So, got a lot of programs out there available for people.
That's
Just
funny.
like not even just worry about like a script or like being so short, but just understand that like this person's going to let me live in this voicemail. I might as
I
well live
love it.
here. I might as
Yeah,
well live here,
that's it.
because, and so anyway, I just, this doesn't have to be a necessarily long podcast for everybody, but I just want everybody to know that there's magic in the voicemail, man.
That's it.
And don't, if someone's not picking up, after several weeks of, reaching out, that doesn't mean they're not interested in you at
It's
all.
not
They're,
rejection. No,
they're
no.
letting you live there. They're letting you, they're basically giving you permission to continually show up and do that. And it's for a reason. We had was it Dennis Wells?
Yeah.
Um, and he was on Breakfast Club, and he, just on the Facebook group, made that post saying, man, I started leaving voicemails in October. And then I just got a call back now in December
Yep.
saying, hey, man, I'm sending you a couple of people tomorrow. And the reason I'm doing it is because you call me every single week and remind me, and I like it.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what the agent said to him. And I like it.
Yep.
Okay. So, man, the power in the voicemail. That's my
Hey,
whole
you know what
thing.
that talks to, and we find it in our business, and Frank, I know this to be true for you as well. And your 12-week follow-ups, whether they're post coffees or pre coffees, what's happening is they're typically starting to convert right at 5.7 weeks, so between week 5 and 6 weeks into the process. And I'll tell you why. Think about this: who has ever called you 6 weeks in a row? I've never had a salesperson ever in my entire 46 young years of being
Yeah,
here
I don't think I have either, ever.
ever had somebody call me 6 weeks in a row.
Hmm.
And the magic is in that consistency. And I love your framework too. If they didn't tell you to pound sand or stop or take me off your list, they're
Hmm.
giving you permission. So have fun with it. Be yourself.
Yeah.
People are going to love you. And what they're going to be more attracted to is your consistency and follow up. Sarah was talking, Sarah's part of my team, and we've got a great team. And she was talking about two whales we landed yesterday.
Mm.
And it was because, you know what? It's the follow up and the consistency that's so attractive to people because it removes the chaos. There's no
Yeah.
more wondering what's happened. Hey, I can count on Sarah. I can count on Steve. I can count on Frank. I can count on you because if you're this diligent, you got a real process. There's nobody in the marketplace that has a process to prospecting. And that's one of the greatest gifts we have. And hey, if you're listening and you said, Frank, Steve, what are you talking about? I want to see the plan. Help me. Go to freedomplanningcall.com. Freedomplanningcall.com. We'll give you the plan. Myself, Frank, Carl, Kristen, one of our team members will jump on a call. We'll literally walk you through. And what a great way to set up your next 12 months. And then what are my 90-day action plan that I can take action today to literally begin seeing results. We'll give you the scripts. We'll give you the plan. We'll give you everything you need to get started today at freedomplanningcall.com. Frank, last thoughts, man.
Nothing. Just get started. Just do it. Don't
Take
freak
action.
out on a voicemail. Embrace it. Enjoy it. Have fun with it. It's okay. It's very valuable. If they didn't tell you to stop, then they're giving you permission to leave it. So just go ahead and do it. Stick with the process. Stick with the plan, and it'll all work out beautifully for you. So with that, yeah, and I just say, hey, don't forget to join us at Loan Officer Breakfast Club. If
That's
you
it.
if you haven't joined us yet, it's free 30-minute coaching every Monday through Thursday, 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern time. Just go to loanofficerbreakfastclub.com to register there and you get in for free. That's it, man.
I love it. Remember, anything worth doing is worth doing badly. Just get started. See ya.